quickly, Linda, then we got to move because we're running out of time. So,
I'll let.
Okay, this is our last question. So go ahead. This will be the last one. This is all we have time for. We thank you so much. We love the participation. This has been great. But go ahead, Brittany. Last question.
What is your stance on the pending bill that is to be filed for this session for medical cannabis? No illnesses set by legislature. It will be between the registered doctor and the patient, and there is even a grow your own clause for patients.
Okay, we'll let Linda. You went first last, so Chris, we'll go with you on this one, and then we'll have your last comment. So go ahead.
On medical cannabis.
On the medical cannabis legislation, this is the last question.
I haven't seen any of the legislation. It's something I have been trying to learn more about. Is the medical cannabis? I know there's lots of benefits to it, and I think if we could do it to where it's from the doctor to the patient, and I think that we need to really look at that because I've seen some really big benefits from that. People with MS, people with cancer, and I think there are a lot of advantages to it, rheumatoid arthritis, and we need to really look at that.
All right, Linda, last thoughts on this, then we'll have the closing comments.
Back in 1983, my husband was a patient at Vanderbilt Medical Center. He had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he was preparing for major chemotherapy. The clinical trial group came into his room and said, Mr. Edwards, would you like to be in on our clinical trial? Medical cannabis in 1983 at Vanderbilt Medical Center. He said, I will try anything to make your study be more successful, and maybe, just maybe, I won't get sick. It was to keep chemotherapy patients from being so violently sick.
Yes.
And he was part of that. Now that's 1983. Last year I was in Frankfurt, and there was a gentleman there with an autistic adult child, 20? And he said that if he could give him, they went to Colorado, and he was taking the medical cannabis. The child could function, not normally, but better. His life was calmer. He was happier. For these reasons and many more, I do support medical cannabis. If it keeps our people out of pain, it is proven that it's not as tough on our body as the opioids.
All right. That final comments from you, Chris. Thank you so much for being here. We'll let you have the first comment since Linda had the first to start.
Well, you mentioned the opioids. That's something that has to be addressed. And,
yes.
And it is just killing our nation, killing our state. And I saw a report yesterday where Kentucky this last year, record high numbers of people dying from opioid addiction and from overdosing. And it was over 1,500 that died from opioid abuse. And
just in Kentucky.
Yeah, and that's we've got to do more to educate. We've got to do more to for treatment and provide law enforcement some more tools to put away the people, the dealers, the suppliers, the traffickers, tackle it from both ends.
And go on this, you can go and finish up with what you got to say, then we got to go. So.
Well, I just wanted to ask Chris, do you think marijuana users should be incarcerated?
That's becoming decriminalized for the most part, other than people that have the big carfuls of it. But that's been going on for years. It's been slowly being decriminalized.
I think it needs to be addressed at some point in time.
All right, Linda, I want to appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much, Aaron.
And I want to appreciate you being here as well. Chris, wish we had more time. I know we had a lot of questions.
I think we could go on for another 30 minutes or an hour.
We probably could. Then the old man would get in here too and start throwing stuff at us, so we can't do
Thank
that.
You,
we don't want to see that.
Yeah, thank you to Chris and Linda both. Thank you to Kevin Spraggs. Of course, these two are running for state representative here in District Number 6. So, of course, one of these will be your new legislator. So, thank them both for coming by. Thank you for listening.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go real quickly.
On November 6th, remember in November to vote for Linda Edwards. I appreciate your support and vote.
And Chris?
Just vote. I hope you'll vote for me, but it's important to vote.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, and God bless. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you once again for watching live with us on Facebook here on Let's Talk Politics. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Jason Darnell, Floyd County Attorney, and Eddie McGuire for Sheriff. We'll see you back here at 1:45 for Football Friday with Coach Evan Merrick and our Marshall County Marshals. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.